jump back here to another vlog. But we are going to today talk about How to Train Your Dragon 3, The Hidden World, in which we actually learn more about Hiccup's past, as well as what happens in this amazing conclusion of the entire How to Train Your Dragons franchise. So to begin, I have written down a few things from my opinions and thoughts and from what all I remember from the movie. I just got to see it yesterday. I promise you all I will do a video over this. Now I have wrote a lot of things front and back of the papers, so I may not be trained on the camera exactly because I have things I got to cover. And trust me, this is not even close to all of it. You should have seen how long it took to narrow down page by page of everything. Now, actually, one of the goals of the creators was to make the audience cry. That is a true fact, and said by them themselves that they are out to make the audience cry. So, and it is a very emotional movie based on everything in it itself. Now, you know there is ships and all that within the movie itself has been there from the very beginning, such as Astrid and Hiccup. Also, further, without anything else, I'm going to give you a warning. This will contain major spoilers, and I will try to do it scene by scene to stick with a certain area of it. But this will have major spoilers included. Therefore, if you have not watched the movie and you don't want me to spoil anything, please take the time now, pause the video, and head on to a different video. Because this is going to spoil the whole movie and spoil your day. I'm sorry if this is going to bore you. But, yeah, I'm very excited to talk about it. Because I'm going to save my opinion to the very end. So, anyways, in How to Train Dragons, the trailer area of the whole entire movie, it actually, you can see from a time when Hiccup was just a boy in his father's arms. His father, and this is also another thing, his father isn't against dragons, not 100% anyways. He is protective of his son, therefore, when he first seen Toothless in How to Train Your Dragon, the very first movie, he was more concerned about his son's safety against the Night Fury. And especially that, this is also a major thing, the major hint throughout it all. They have been searching for another Night Fury. In the trailer, you get to see Hiccup being held by his father when his father was still alive. Yes, I spoiled it. In the second movie, his father died by the Night Fury blast because he was saving his son from being killed by Toothless while he was under mind control by the Bewilderbeast. Therefore, it was not Toothless's fault. Don't you go out and accusing him for everyone who's a dragon hater or someone just accusing dragons in general of being evil, because that's not true. In the first movie, they say it's impossible to bond with a dragon. But Hiccup was the very first Viking to ever bond or even touch a dragon without hurting, well, actually let me rephrase that, without killing the dragon. He did harm Toothless by shooting him down, and that's actually a very important thing, because throughout this whole entire thing, the whole entire series of the movie, there is a connection within this. Toothless loses his left tail fin. Hiccup loses his left leg. The Bewilderbeast loses his left tusk, while also Drago also loses his left arm. Now, I don't know the reason behind this, to be honest, but everything has to deal with the direction of left. Therefore, that plays some kind of an important role. And throughout this, you probably aren't going to tell until you just now think about it. There is an animated spot in I want to say the first movie. I can't remember which one now. But it shows the animated part of where Hiccup is beside, on the left side of Toothless. And when they're walking out to the door, you'll see that both of them is missing part of themselves on the left side. Where Hiccup is walking, you'll see his left leg replaced. But also the fact that you will not only see part of his left leg missing, you will also see Toothless curl his tail behind and see that his left tail fin is missing. That's how you tell. I know. You know what? I'm just going to pause that right there. We're going to shut this little theory down, pack it out, and goodbye with it. In the movie, it actually shows flashbacks from what Hiccup remembers as a boy. So anyways, his father is protecting him from the dragons, as well as he doesn't have actually any ill will towards the dragons, it seems, by the flashbacks that Hiccup provides. But he did lose his wife to a dragon, so he thought. In the second movie, we get to actually see where Hiccup, who his mother is. We get to understand that she's been living amongst the dragons the entire time. And she recognizes him by the scar on his chin. So anyways, between that, she also has a magnificent dragon of her own, Cloudjumper, aka a storm cutter. Now this is actually very unique, because there is one part of the flashbacks in the third movie shows where Hiccup's father, his great father, that has never showed so much emotion, has broken down, crying near the fire when Hiccup is going down the stairs. Also, Hiccup has a night fury, a stuffed night fury, going down the stairs. Now, I don't know what exactly that means right now, because I'm just now saying all this about the movie. And I wanted to open out your minds and thoughts of this yourselves, not just me, but also to give you a reason to see what's happened, what all I saw for the movie to help you out with trying to prove your theories and all. And also the fact that this scene of his father protecting him and all this entire time, it appeals to the emotions of parents wanting to protect their children and give them what they can. Give them the best things they can provide for their children. So this appeals to the parents themselves, not just dealing with loss of losing somebody. Because not just that, but also further in, you'll tell that Hiccup is still bearing the loss of his father. He is quickly forced to take the place of his father in the village of Burke. Okay. Also, it reflects about what you go through in real life. It reminds someone of how much they can make an impact on someone else's life. Basically, a relative, like a family relative, making an impact by giving you memories or just being around in general. As well as Toothless. Toothless made a major impact on Hiccup's life, as well as Hiccup made a major impact on Toothless's life. Now, this also shows that you can make the most unlikeliest of friends. Also, within the trailer itself, it actually foreshadows about a hidden world. Because one of the first flashbacks you see in the trailer is actually a tall tale by the sailors that turned back that his father has heard about. So his father has been telling Hiccup these stories since he was young. Therefore, Hiccup has led on to believe that maybe the hidden world is true, due to the fact that even though it says it is located on Earth's edge, it may not, and the twins also pointed out as smarts, the world is round. There's no exact edge to the world. But to the fact, they claim that there's an edge. Anyways, when we first see the Light Fury, it's actually in the very beginning of the movie. So they bombard you with her appearance. She is actually trapped in a cage on the boat, in which later on they decide to use her as somewhat of a lure. As you also can tell when we first find her and Toothless meeting each other in the woods, the day after, Hiccup actually finds a dart that's used to kind of, not tranquilize, but mind control the dragons. Therefore, not always was she actually under the influence of anything. In fact, a lot of times, she was actually trying to leave Toothless away to the hidden world, as well as become mates. As well as Grimmel, which is the enemy, the main character dude that's the opposite of Hiccup, mean. Basically want to destroy every Night Fury and every dragon he can find. He's the one that hunted Night Furies almost close to extinction. And he is the one that chased them from their old land, Oberk. So they had to go through a migration of which they had to find a new place to live, in which that's where they find their new homeland, which is called Newburgh. So they had to leave their land of generations that was passed down to them to a whole new place. Also, the fact she is wild. She is completely wild. She wants nothing to do with other Vikings or dragon hunters or anything. And she has an admiration towards Toothless. But also, not only that, she is the complete opposite of Toothless. She has blue eyes. She's solid white. She has a more graceful appearance. But instead of what we see of Toothless, of him being a Night Fury, she is a Light Fury, which is a subspecies of the Night Fury. And she has abilities. She can disappear. Which, by the way, is I guess why they couldn't find her or release her from the cage. Because she's so afraid of Vikings. They couldn't find her and they didn't know that she was in the cage in the first place. And she camouflaged herself to where she'll blend in with her surroundings. Or you can say invisibility, I guess. But camouflage is better. So anyways, she can also disappear within her own blast. So that was also in the trailer. When Astrid and Hiccup go to see what Toothless is up to, when they find the Light Fury, after she blasts and almost nearly kill Hiccup and Astrid, while Astrid saves Hiccup's life, Toothless looks towards the sky, and while that, she takes off, blows out her blast, and flies through it. And when she flies through it, you don't even see her. She's gone. She disappears. So that is actually something else. Within that, you also know that her role was to lure Toothless away, as they claim. Grimmel said that she will lure Toothless away. But they did not think that. When you're first viewing it, when you think that she's going to lure Toothless, you think that she's going to actually lure him to Grimmel. But instead, she lures Toothless away to the hidden world and to go on these flight adventures and all. And as well as that, since Toothless has been domesticated for a long time and living among the Vikings, he doesn't know how the mating ritual goes. Therefore, that's why he messes up in all kinds of ways trying to impress the Light Fury, which is funny and just a little bit of humor with it. Now in that, he does one dancing where he'll cross his wings over and he'll pop his head up and down. That is actually one of the dances from the Birds of Paradise, which is actually one of the Easter eggs on this paper over here. Now also with that, she also teaches Toothless how to disappear and reappear within using his own plasma blast. And what's cool is, do y'all remember the Shrill? Where the Shrill conducts lightning and is within the storm. Toothless can actually conduct electricity a little bit. So when he first disappears, you actually see electrical sparks going around his body. And the Light Fury gets worried when he didn't show up until he flies in. And he's so happy about that ability that he uses that as an actual way of saving the Light Fury. And how to free himself from the Death Grippers. The Death Grippers are a new dragon species that we are just encountering in the third movie. Therefore, the name of that, it kind of actually makes sense. Because their tail, they use their tail, and once it hits you, it can kill you. As well as they have like an acid fire, where once they spit it out, it turns to fire, basically. It's like acid that shoots. It can set itself on fire on the wood and all. Because poor Hiccup has his home destroyed. And the funny part is with that, he's like, look at my house! Look at my house! Okay, I'm getting off track. I'm sorry, I have loved this series this entire time. But also, this is what I'm very concerned about. When they go to the hidden world, was she the queen before she met Toothless? And how the other dragons treat her, and there's more than one Light Fury as seen in the clip itself. Within that, no other dragons, none of them, have actually challenged her in anything. They just treated her like she was a high being or a queen, basically. So was she the queen before she met Toothless? Or held a much higher role in some way where dragons respected her? Hiccup, he's having to be a chief, but is also bearing the loss of his father. He believes he has to work alone, as his father, as he passed, he really had no one to look up to or ask for help, basically, in leading. Because his father had to work alone in leading. And also, he has to learn to take responsibility for his role and realize there's actually a chance in finding the hidden world. So he uses the stories of what his father tells him and uses that to go and explore trying to find this world to help save the dragons while also finding a new place to live. And also his call was when Toothless did not come back. He gave Toothless his freedom, basically. And what I mean by that, he builds another, and yes, he does admit this is the second tail he has given Toothless. Because in the second movie, there is an end clip where it's like an end episode, where he created a tail for Toothless before so he can fly on his own. And then he destroys it in order to stay with Hiccup, in order to use the saddle and all. And basically that also confirms that he didn't really want to leave at all, due to the fact he had no reason to leave. when he meets the Light Fury, he realizes he wants to go adventure on his own and have fun, basically. So his call necessarily was when Toothless did not come back for a while and potentially realized Toothless may be in trouble. But also, Stormfly, as she is a tracking dragon, she is a deadly natter, if you don't know, who is cited by Astrid as a dragon rider. They actually pick up Toothless's scent and follow all the way to the hidden world. They find the tales of the sailors were actually true, as well as the stories of what his father told him. As also they travel further into the hidden world, they realize Toothless may not be coming back. So Hiccup sees that Toothless may not stay with him, that he'll pursue in being the Dragon King, or Dragon Alpha, of the hidden world, since he sees that Toothless is happy there, as well as he also realizes he has not seen the needs or wants of his dragon companion. He sees an uncertain future that he may have to stand alone without his dragon friend Toothless by his side. Believe it or not, this foreshadows again the pair may have to separate and pursue their own different destinies and part ways. Now, it includes a classic end battle or boss fight between a final enemy, as well as this final enemy is the fight of their life between both dragons and Vikings themselves. As well as this part includes an emotional departure. And there's multiple ways it includes you. It hits you with so many emotions all at once. It also gives fans a satisfying ending where Toothless does find love, but instead they found a subspecies of which Toothless still came to learn to love with the Light Fury. They fell in love with each other, and it gave a romantic aspect to the whole franchise of How to Train Your Dragons. As well as it also classically included the ship that everyone wanted of Hiccup and Astrid being married and having kids. It fulfilled that fandom ship, and it allowed the fans to be more satisfied with how it ended between them both. As well as both pairs have children. Now, overall with that, at the end, you don't get to see that they have children until the very end. They have a reunion, and an amazing emotional reunion with Hiccup and Toothless. Now, Toothless, he's back to being the wild Night Fury, you know. He does not recognize Hiccup. He does not recognize any of them. So he thought that they were a danger. Until you see the traditional output of the hand and the turn away of the face that Hiccup first did when he first met Toothless. Toothless realizes his memories of where that came from and who that actually is. He realized that it was Hiccup, and he did not eat Hiccup. He did not eat it. He did not eat Hiccup at all in any way. And also, get this is just a little bit in the future after the fight and all is ended, and where he lets Toothless depart and them splitting their destinies to pursue what they need to pursue. And this is also really amazing. The kids get to meet Toothless, but they also get to meet Stormfly. So, the children share an aspect of both parents. One is a female, one is a male. Well, the female actually inherits the brown hair from Hiccup, and the male child inherits the blonde hair from Astrid. And also the fact, it reveals that after Hiccup's marriage they had kids, and the fact that Toothless also had children of his very own with the Light Fury. It was a heart-filled, emotionally reunion for the viewers to get to see one last glimpse of both of them being together, and the fact of them meeting the kids. And also, it proved both species, Night Fury and Light Fury, can mix together. While also the fact in the credits, this is an amazing thing. Now, I've seen more movies, so have some images of everything else. But this replaced from the very first movie to where it is now, of the old memories that Toothless and Hiccup had together. And it plays it from how they first met to how it ends. Now, I didn't, and I'm going to go ahead and say this, I couldn't stay throughout the whole credits, so I don't know what all I missed in general. But also it had an emotional appeal to the viewer remembering from when they first also joined the adventure of seeing the first movie with Hiccup and Toothless. And also it showed the time of what the pair has been through. And sadly, I can't really add more information to this, but I loved this a lot more than you'll understand. So I'm trying to provide y'all some information as well, too. Not just flipping paper and all. I wrote down stuff, too. What is the species of Toothless's children called? Because now they are mixed together. What are they called, honestly? Because that's what I don't know, and that's what I still don't know. People have been having this debate the entire time. But also, did the children grow up and bond with one of the children Furies? One of the baby Furies that they get to meet that was bred between the Light Fury and the Night Fury. Did they face new enemies? How long did they live? What are the two children's names? But anyways, those are just some of my questions, just some of my personal questions that I've been curious about. But if I continue, I may keep you up all night with these questions. But also there's sadly that one question everyone has been hoping for. Will there be a How to Train Your Dragon 4? But it has already stated that obviously this is the final movie that they will come out with. So sadly the creator said that there will not be another movie, and even though that's the saddest part, they did give it a good and strong ending to where even though it's sad, it gives you an amazing ending of an everlasting friendship. So, everything else that's been included, it has amazing details. It also had some Easter eggs. Now, I don't know what all the Easter eggs are, but there are a few of them. So, also, in the trailer, it reveals why Toothless is the last Night Fury. And his dance was based off one of the birds of paradise. As well as it reveals that Hiccup had to give up his friendship with Toothless in order to save all the dragons. And that Toothless can pursue his dreams, needs, wants, whatever you want to say, to become the true Dragon Alpha in the hidden world. and lead all the dragons to safety. But overall, in my opinion, with it has great and amazing various emotional appeals. It is obviously a family-friendly movie, while also, sadly, for it being an end, it's still an amazing series to go back and watch, because you may like DreamWorks, you may like Dragons, one or the other, you might like both. You may like kid animations. This is the movie for you to at least just give it a chance to look. But also the fact that it gave you the satisfactory ending that you may always wanted, where Hiccup and Astrid find love. They also had children. The fact that also Toothless is also not alone anymore. He found love in a subspecies, and they had children of their own. They had an amazing and stronger bond with each other than they did with any other dragon rider and their dragon. And also, there is the game. I can talk about it, compare it with a movie if y'all want me to, but right now I'm just trying to keep it with a movie. And if you want to see some of the Easter eggs, I will provide a link in the description to one of the Easter egg trailers, or not trailers, one of the Easter egg videos I have seen by Screen Rant. And that's how a lot of these Easter eggs are written down. So yeah, I have a few of them. But yeah, anyways, thank you all so much for watching with it. In my opinion, honestly, this is one of the best childhood animation or child animation movies I've seen. Because of the fact I love dragons, it appeals to my sense and care about dragons. And the fact that you don't have to kill them or anything, you can also create a life and live with them. And the fact that they can show you a lot more to the world than what you can see. And the fact that also you can make the unlikeliest of friends and gives you inspiration and determination to do a lot of things. So, from my opinion, this is one of the greatest movies I've seen that's out, and especially for it being the first 2019 movies I have ever seen. I think that is a good movie. I really love how the whole trilogy ended. It may have been sad, but it gave you an ending that at least pleases you in at least one way. Therefore, you shouldn't be upset. You should be happy that, one, the dragons are safe. Toothless is still alive. None of the main characters died. Also, the fact that, sadly, the Bewildered Beast did not make a return, which I really wanted. And also, and it had the classic of having one final end battle with an enemy. But anyways, with my whole heart and all, I give this movie an amazing approval. And I find kids may like it. So anyways, if you haven't already, go ahead and watch those first two movies and then head your butt straight to hit the third one. Because in my opinion, it's one of the best ones you'll see. And to me, honestly, I don't think I'll ever grow up because of the fact I watched too many kid animations. So, thank you all so much for watching. I fairly said a little bit of my opinion, but honestly, what words can I use to describe it? It's amazing. It's a miracle of it. It's something that's extraordinary to where I can't even produce words for it. So, if you find it interesting or you have something to add, go ahead and add it down in the comments below. I will be reading them. As well as, I can't wait to see where this goes. So, if you have an opinion you want to shout. Anyways, if you have an opinion you want to share, put it down in the comments below as well, because I am willing to read through everything. Now I know this video may not be out there or anything, but I love it personally, and I had the fun and time actually watching a movie. So I can't really say anything for myself. I may say words and all, but it's up to you to truly decide it yourself. So go out there and go watch it. So thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to hit that like button and make it want to surrender, as well as hit that subscribe button to be randomly notified when there's a random battle occurring. Hit that bell icon to be notified when every single battle is occurring. Anyways, we'll fight you not again next battle. Bye. If I enjoy for another battle. Peace, my dude.